The following program is rated MA and may contain themes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hip-hop, trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best. Holding the mic as I'm yelling out D-Generation X. I will remember it. I never forget it. We come a pretty long way. There's so much I could say. It's never really gone away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming off of a hot Saturday night's main event, just as it's going to be hot tonight in the desert for Monday Night Raw. Got myself and OMD here. Albuquerque, New Mexico is the place for Raw tonight. I feel like there's going to be some sort of a Bugs Bunny joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, they took that. Did they take that wrong turn at Albuquerque? I'm not sure. But we are getting some clips now from what happened at Saturday night's main event, and they're starting it off with the big one. CM Punk and Jey Uso for the vacated World Heavyweight Championship. And I know there was a question that got asked during Saturday night's main event, and none of us had the answer to it. I did get the answer this morning. If either man would have been counted out or DQ'd in the match, the title would have remained vacant. And that is thanks to Jimmy Corderas. Because there was no stipulation put in place, unlike in the Cody and Drew match.
So then in those situations, to ensure that we get a winner, I would make all those matches that are for vacated titles, no disqualification, no count out.
I can understand where you're coming from with it. I would honestly have liked to see the way this match ended go to maybe a time limit draw or come out so that you can get a continuation. And then you could have, okay, these guys are going at it back and forth. We have to have a rematch on Monday, or we have to drag this out to Survivor Series and see who else is going to get involved in this picture.
They're showing a bunch of like creator reactors there, and for once I actually recognized a couple of them.
Right?
They showed the boys from Cultaholic. Shout out to those guys over in England. And that belt looks so good on Punk's shoulder.
It does, as we do have CM Punk walking into the arena. And I just love the simplicity of his sweater, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going straight through Gorilla, straight to the ring.
Yes, he is. I fully anticipated this on the locker room breakdown that he was going to start the show.
I didn't anticipate it. I actually read it was announced this morning when I was starting it off. Or no, wait, no. Adam Pearce had mentioned yesterday on his socials that he was starting the show off.
Okay. And I'm not upset.
Yeah, the big question I have here is I'm gonna bet that in this match or in this segment we find out just who CM Punk's first opponent could very well be.
We absolutely could. We know that LA Knight laid claim to the winner last week, but then LA Knight allowed Braun Breaker to go above him on the ladder after losing to Braun last Monday. I wouldn't be upset with a rematch with Jey Uso. I also wouldn't be upset with a returning Gunther to challenge him.
I think Gunther makes the most sense just because I know Braun is like on the cusp, but I'm just not quite ready for that.
Right. See, I actually have Braun challenging at the Royal Rumble for the title.
But who's to say that that Punk even has a title match at Survivor Series?
Right.
Or even at Saturday night's main event.
Absolutely. I don't think you're going to see a title match at Saturday night's main event. And I'm sure when we get to the point of discussing the next Saturday night's main event on Turnbuckle Talk, I'm going to give my thoughts on that then. I love the simplicity. I love that sweater that CM Punk is wearing. And CM Punk just soaking it all in from the crowd.
I mean, not gonna lie, the first show after I won my company's world heavyweight title, I milked it. I milked the crowd.
Well, of course. And the master of the pipe bomb has the pipe in his hand.
With how loud this crowd is, I don't think they're gonna let him speak.
The crowd chanting, "You deserve it," to Punk. Punk thanking Jey Uso and saying he understands if they can't be friends. He came back to make money and be champion.
This is a guy. I didn't have Logan Paul on my bingo card.
Me neither. But I'm here for it. I like it.
Hey, yeah, me too. I'm interested.
You and me both.
I like how Punk is messing around with Logan Paul by saying anybody but you and acting like he's all scared when he's so far from it.
Logan Paul not able to get a word out yet. Logan Paul spitting some truth there, saying he's beaten a lot of the guys on CM Punk's list.
Yes, but CM Punk has beaten a lot of the guys on CM Punk's list too. And Paul Heyman has made his way out right now.
As we are hearing Paul Heyman say the front of the line belongs to Bronson Reed, we have an old visitor coming in, Bobby Batito. Good evening, Bobby. Great to see you. Thank you for stopping in. We have missed you, brother, and thank you for liking the video. We greatly appreciate it, and we greatly appreciate you.
Paul Heyman referencing when Punk had his historic 434-day reign, in which Paul Heyman claimed that he was half the champion. I mean, to be fair, Paul Heyman came in about a third of the way through Punk's reign at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Roughly, yes. And Bobby saying this weekend he is going to Virginia Beach for a Special Olympics event. Bobby, best of luck to you. You have our support. We love you here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And go kick some butt.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say smart move by Logan, but not so smart move at the same time.
Right.
Bobby, thank
Logan
you for
looking
that
he's going to
subscription,
get
by the
out,
way.
but are we are they going to try and turn Logan Paul here?
I don't think so. I think it's just going to be like an uneasy allies kind of situation. It could be, but I get a wait. What's Logan? Is Logan going to take the walk, or is he going to jump in and help Punk? Well, he's taking the walk, or is he? Well, he's really playing up to it. Okay. I mean, credit the bravery to Logan Paul. Oh, here comes the tsunami. And Punk with an equalizer. I am too, Bobby. I'm very much intrigued with this whole situation here.
Yeah, really, really surprising there from Logan Paul. I mean, he was trying to walk away and the vision got in his way. We know that he did have history with Seth Rollins, but of course that's out the window. But CM Punk and Logan Paul coming to each other's aid, so to speak, in this situation.
Yeah, like I said, a bit of an uneasy alliance because I can't trust Logan Paul as a partner.
Right.
Speaking of partners, the Kabuki Warriors are making their way into the building. They've got one hell of a tag team match later on tonight with Bayley and LYRA VALKYRIA. And I got to imagine that we're going to see Alexa and Charlotte in some form or fashion in this segment.
That's where I'm at as well. There's Dragon Styles. I accidentally did refer to them as AJ Lee on the locker room breakdown.
AJ Lee and Dragon Styles.
There we go. But those two matches, and I'm with you there. I think we do need to. I think we are going to see Charlotte and Alexa post tag team match here tonight, and it looks as though we're going to get Penta here next.
Yeah, it's going to be Penta and oh no, it's Stephanie VAQUER. Never mind.
Wow.
So we're getting the women's tag team matchup right now.
Yes, we are. And
Yes.
I said it earlier, like they need to get Nikki Bella more reps so that she can get her speed back up. So as much as I'm not a fan of Nikki Bella, I'm glad they're giving her more than, 2 matches in 2 months in this situation. And we're going to the 2-week situation.
Well, I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks when it comes to Nikki. We're finally getting to see what I personally saw of her in developmental.
Right.
In developmental and on the indie circuit. Because a lot of people don't know this, but some years ago on the Fight Network, we used to get WWE's old developmental system, Deep South Wrestling, where she spent some time.
I remember watching The Miz on DSW.
I watched Matt Cardona there when he was wrestling under the name Brett Major.
Wow.
Hence why they have their podcast, the Major Brothers Network.
Yes. Bobby saying, I didn't know that. And Bobby, as to echo Mr. Best's sentiments, thank you for the subscription. We greatly appreciate it. And again, we have missed you so much here. It is great to see you back, and thank you. Now, if there's one thing I do not want to see in this match is, I'm going to go the reverse. I do not want to see Nikki get the hot tag from Stephanie after being beaten down. I want Nikki to be the one making the hot tag to Steph.
I'd be open for either one because you don't have to have just one hot tag spot.
No, you don't.
Have two. One spot I've always wanted to see, but I've never ever seen, except for some instances on the independent circuit, the heels getting the hot tag.
Right?
But right now, the Judgment Day are making their way to the ring. Raquel
Yes.
Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez.
Yes, they are. Do we see this as being a clean 2-on-2 tag match, or do we get some interference for Raquel and Roxanne?
Who would step in on their part, though?
Great question. Unless we're going to gear up for the Liv Morgan return. Is Raquel going back to the similar gear to what she was wearing with Liv? She's gone more solid colors rather than having that, I guess, flame stripe down the middle. Or is this where we get? Is this something that could key up the return of Brie Bella?
I think Brie has stated that she's done. That she has no desire to go back.
No, she's wanted to come back. It's that because her husband works elsewhere, that's what's preventing it.
I don't think that's the case because, again, Zelina Vega was working in WWE while Aleister Black was in AEW.
But those were Brie's
Charlotte
words.
Charlotte was working in WWE while Andrade was in AEW.
Oh, I know. But those were her words.
Yeah, I doubt that very much so, though. Because if you can bring Nikki in, you can bring Brie. I mean,
oh, I know.
It shouldn't matter where your significant other is working.
No, it shouldn't.
I mean, for Christ's sakes, Keith Lee right now in AEW, ROH. Michin is over on SmackDown.
Oh, I know. Oh, I'm well aware. It's just, like I said, those were in Brie's words.
Yeah. As much as I know I mentioned Keith Lee, but I really want him back in WWE. I really do. Just seeing him at the Hall of Fame made me happy. Even though he accidentally walked into the camera shot, I think it was for an interview with Rhea Ripley or something.
Yeah.
But right now we started off with Roxanne Perez and Nikki Bella in that ring. What I like what they're doing with this match is I think they're using this match to kind of showcase some of the women's tag teams that we should have on Raw.
Right.
I mean, we got Roxanne Perez and oh my God, why is her
Raquel Rodriguez?
Thank you, Raquel Rodriguez dropping having this match here. Then we've got Bayley and Lyra, who is now a burgeoning tag team.
Yep.
The Kabuki Warriors.
Yep. We still need an actual appearance from the Dungeon Dolls, so hopefully we get that sooner than later.
Well, it might be a little hard considering Natty's currently touring to promote her book.
She is.
And that's... Oh, Dom is going to be on the show tonight.
That really doesn't surprise me. And I wonder if this is where we're going to find out Dom's next challenger.
Yeah, by the way, not only is Dom fresh off of the fresh defense of the Intercontinental title this past weekend, but the weekend prior, he had a successful AAA mega defense against Dragon Lee.
Yes, he did.
Man, the crowd is hot for Stephanie VAQUER.
Yes, they are. Raquel mocking Steph with the pat on the head and then laid her out with that shoulder tackle.
She did exactly what I used to do sometimes when taking on shorter opponents. There's this one wrestler who I used to love wrestling who went by the name Turbo. Shout out to my buddy Jesse who played Turbo, by the way. And just for anyways, just for giggles, one spot he was like, why don't we do something a little bit funny at the start of the match? He's like, let's do a stare down and then you just pat me on the head.
Right.
I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yep. And now Stephanie in the ring with Roxanne Perez. And Raquel
trying to make the save there she was looking for the devil's kiss.
Yes, she was. And a double cross body off of the ring apron from Stephanie and Nikki to Raquel and Roxanne.
I wonder at what point, if we do see it, I wonder if we ever see Nikki turn heel.
We did see it for a long time, and for me, it just didn't seem to go over. And I think in this, I don't know whether it's going to be a limited run or what the terms of her contract are. I don't think we're going to see it.
Well, because it would give Stephanie a possible contender for her title. Because right now, the most likely contender to me right now is your current women's Intercontinental champion, Becky.
Oh, see, and for me, Becky is so far removed from that title picture. I'm looking at the Roxannes. I'm looking at the Raquels. I'm looking at the Lyras.
All women that I've just said are in the women's tag division. But that still doesn't mean that they can't get a...
Oh, they can definitely do it.
One title shot.
I would be okay with a champ versus champ match. As long as it's not for both titles. I don't want that double champion again.
Well, we've already got one double champion on the roster anyways.
Yes, we do.
We used to have two until Sol Ruka had to forfeit both her championships, sadly.
Those windmill punches there from Roxanne raining down. And I love the double team work there from Raquel and Roxanne, really showing the chemistry and how far they have come as a team, even since losing the women's tag team championships to Charlotte and Alexa.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm liking again with these women tag teams is now we're getting women's tag matches that aren't necessarily for the women's tag titles, because it seemed like when they started the women's tag titles some years ago, it seemed that that was every match essentially.
Yeah.
But what I would like to see some more of, and maybe they can start doing this, say, in Evolve and then over on NXT, create your own established tag teams.
Right.
Like if you're going to bring up, let's say you're going to bring up JC Jane and Fallon Henley.
Right.
Bring them up as a tag team.
Yeah. I would even say the same thing with Izzy Dame and our NXT Women's Champion Tatum Paxley.
Yep. Although I get a feeling there's going to be some kind of a breakup angle between those two.
I do too, but at the same time, you could then go to Tatum and Lyra. Because I do think that you're going to get a breakup angle between Bayley and Lyra. I don't think it's going to be tonight, but I think it's going to be sooner than later.
Yeah, Bobby Stats is coming in saying, I like that the women's tag teams are getting built up to be contenders for Charlotte, Flair, and Alexa Bliss. And that's exactly it, Bobby. We're no longer we're starting to move out of that age where, hey, we're two women who want a shot at the tag belts. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what I liked, even though with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, when they were the tag champions, I know that they were kind of thrown together, but it made sense because, I mean, Jade needed somebody with a little bit more experience to be her partner. I love the fact that through their winning the tag titles and then the reign that they had, they became an established tag team through that.
Absolutely.
But right now we talked about Nikki Bella with her speed. Raquel Rodriguez has been improving a little bit on her speed. Oh,
yes, she has. And wow, what a dragon screw there from Stephanie VAQUER in the ropes.
Every time, man. Every time she throws that, I feel that in my knee.
Yep.
And you know me and my height and my knee troubles. Well, actually, you're a tall guy too, so you too must have knee troubles every once in a while.
I used to. Back when you and I wrestled on the beach at camp, that was when I had the majority of my knee troubles. Even going so far as to dislocate my patella wrestling in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I have not had the knee troubles that I had prior.
Yeah, well, with my left knee, for those who don't know, I used to serve in the military, and I broke my kneecap and tore everything behind it. And doctors said that like the troubles I'm going to have are pretty much permanent.
Yep. What a crossbody there from Stephanie VAQUER.
Yeah.
And next week, John Cena's The Last Time in Boston is now. Bobby coming in saying he hopes we see TNA Knockouts tag team Xia Brookside and Lei Ying Li in action on NXT.
Give me Xia Brookside all day, every day. That's all I got to say. I love her. And I'm not saying that because I actually enjoyed watching her dad wrestle many, many years ago.
Right.
But she has actually stepped out on her own from what her dad can do. And we've got the Devil's Kiss finally on Roxanne.
Yes, we do.
Nikki is anxious for that tag, though.
Yes, she is.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry for a brief moment. I forgot what Nikki Bella's finisher was.
Oh, and Raquel just getting in there to break it up.
The power of Raquel, man. Unreal.
Yes, but Stephanie able to take her over with that head scissors, I guess, and now applying a leg lock to the neck and then trying to go for the Devil's Kiss on the outside. But, again, the power from Raquel to...
Yeah, well-placed punch there.
Yes, it was. And Pop Rocks.
That's got to be it.
And there it is. 1, 2, 3. It's as easy as OMD.
Didn't know you were easy.
Bobby, we are doing very well, thank you. And of course, as I've already stated, I will reiterate, we're even better with you back in the chat. As the Judgment Day come away again with the victory over Nikki Bella. And of course, in this situation, Stephanie VAQUER, but it's a matter of what's next. Now, this was a pin here where Nikki did not put all of her weight onto Roxanne's shoulders, and I think that is what cost her.
Yeah. But yeah, they are building themselves up. The Judgment Day, I believe, are building themselves up for that possible shot at the tag team titles. I wanted to say rematch, but I think we're far removed from the fact that they have a rematch, considering it's been a number of months since they dropped
it has, and I believe they did have a rematch after losing the belts to Charlotte and Alexa, and then couldn't get the job done then. But they are reestablishing their dominance. As we are getting the John Cena promo package, is this the same one that we got Saturday night announcing the Last Match Is Now tournament?
It certainly looks like that. Okay, so yeah, so starting next week at the Raw in Boston, that's when the tournament starts. I'd like to see a bracket to see who's all going to be in this tournament.
You and me both, and I'm kind of hoping we get that announced tonight.
Or even if we had like a few wrestlers in backstage segments announce their intention to be in the tournament.
Right. Bobby saying he wants to see Ethan Page in that match. 100% I would. I would love to see it.
Oh, there we got the Royal Rumble tumbler. Okay, so they're using a tumbler to determine the matches. And we got Punk wandering around in the locker room. And there's Jay.
So it looks like we're going to get another tag match tonight with Punk and Uso versus The Vision.
Interesting. But right now, we've got Penta making his presence felt. He, of course, is taking on El Grande Americano tonight.
Yes. Now, do we expect that El Grande will be flanked by Los Americanos and them get involved? Or do we see Rusev come out to neutralize Los Americanos?
I don't think Rusev cares. So I'm going to say El Grande just comes out with Los Americanos, and that poses trouble for Ray or for Penta. See, the reason I want to say Ray Phoenix is because the Penta logo looks like it says Phoenix to me.
I get that. Yeah. Could we see, is this potentially an area where we see Dom get involved as well? Because we know of his history and his alliance with Los Americanos and El Grande.
I mean, a lot of possibilities, but right now, I think it's time, since we've got Penta coming to the ring, I think it's time we show everybody that we need a little help around the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. So take a look.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wanted your break in content creation, podcasting, help us out behind the scenes, or a potential collaboration, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Go to the shop section to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com. Click on join to send us your creds. Tell us how we can help you, how you can help us, and we can sit down as a collective and figure it out. Go to the host section and meet the team. Chris Best, Chris Parrish, myself, Carl Carafel, and Bubba Duke. Watch all of our latest weekly episodic shows and get our socials. And as I alluded to, joining us now via the run-in, Mr. Chris Parrish. How are we doing, my friend?
Doing well.
Excellent. Good to see you here.
Wanted to run in a little differently today. So we're getting that WrestleMania Vegas vignette once again.
Yes.
Now, there's been a lot of alluding to online about that open seat that has a stack of chips. There's a lot of rumors about who that other person could be in there. I think it was more designed for that to feel like the audience member who's watching in and making them feel like it, like you belong here.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can be here with everyone. But I wanted to kind of point that or put that kind of to you guys and see what you guys thought about that, or if you guys have even noticed that.
I hadn't noticed it, to be honest.
I did notice it, and from a production standpoint, that's exactly how they shot it.
I just sort of looked at it as, okay, you've got Triple H there, who is this guiding force. You've got Paul Heyman, who has represented 3 of those 4 men in that commercial. And you also have to wonder is that if that could be for a Hall of Famer. As we do have El Grande Americano coming out wearing the green, red, and white of Mexico as they are in Albuquerque. And yes, flanked by Rayo and Bravo.
You know which one's who?
Rayo in red, Bravo in blue.
Okay. It's that easy for anybody who did not. Bravo, B, blue, B, Rayo, R, red, R. It looks too much like Buffalo Bills, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means they only have a couple months of good performance left before they don't do well.
And Bobby saying, hello, Chris Parrish. Yes, Bobby Petito is back.
I know. He was in the chat yesterday. So I appreciate it, Bobby. How are you? How are you, Bobby? Bobby Stats.
And I'll do it. I got to do it in the immortal words of Bubba Duke. Damn it, Bobby.
Well, do it like with some emphasis, man. Like, God damn it, Bobby. He deserves it, man.
We are in for what is going to be one heck of a match here between Grande, the Walking Starbucks Order, and Penta.
I mean, what a dream match. We got El Grande Americano, like the legendary man himself, in the ring with Penta, who is just about almost at that 1 year completion. He's about 2 months away from being in WWE for 1 year officially, but someone who also, in my eyes, really needs a win.
Yes. Now, I'm sure you heard me ask before the match started, with Rayo and Bravo out there, do we see Rusev potentially come out to neutralize them?
I don't think he's going to neutralize. I have a feeling we're going to get to a Rusev Penta feud. If you looked at, if you remember what happened just on Saturday, it was Penta who hit Rusev in the face with the hammer.
Right.
And really was the guy that cost Rusev his shot at the Intercontinental Championship. And that, might I add, if it wasn't for Dominic Mysterio's genius maneuver, it was Rusev who had Penta in the accolade. So I think there's unfinished business with the two of them, let alone maybe a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see the War Raiders come out, as we've seen Penta and the War Raiders connected as of late.
Yeah.
Grande picking up the pace of the match and doing the Penta walk.
As we all know, El Grande Americano is set to face one Jasper Troy for that speed championship.
Yes, he is.
Or Jasper Troy, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. And I find it kind of ironic now that the speed tournament and the speed show is off of X and they've moved the speed titles to NXT, that you don't have El Grande Americano actually wearing it even on the main roster.
I mean, if you want my personal opinion on the speed titles, I think we can do without them.
I'm with you there. Yeah, that tie job to the ropes for Penta's mask didn't work out too well for Grande.
El Grande Americano did not perfect the loop, swoop, and pull method.
No, he did not.
It's very important. Beautiful kick.
Grande asserting his dominance in this match.
Not just dominance, but also his intellect. As we're seeing him just get one up on Penta, almost not allowing Penta to get out and into a rhythm. And I think that's very key because once Penta is in that rhythm, he becomes very dangerous.
Yes, absolutely. And there was Grande telegraphing the move too early, allowing Penta to start picking up that momentum and build that rhythm.
Yeah, all it takes is one mistake and Penta's all over you.
Yep.
But the two X Factors and Rio and Bravo still hanging around ringside.
They are, but they have yet to get involved in any capacity in the match other than for being cheerleaders for Grande.
Well, they'll get involved. They always seem to. One of them's going to slip that metal thing that El Grande Americano's been using.
Yes, it was that was a beautiful enziguri to the top rope there from Grande, followed by that rolling DVD Death Valley driver. But Penta starting to come back again.
Oh, Grande's looking at his teeth right there. Definitely took a good shot with that super kick.
Probably checking to see if he had any chiclets left over in there.
That's right. And this match has been extremely hard-hitting, extremely fast-paced.
Well, it's a Lucha Dream match there.
It is.
Yeah, 2 Lucha legends going at it right now.
Living legends.
Yes. None of which are Larry Zbyszko.
Or Bruno Sammartino, who originated the living legend gimmick.
And there's Bravo getting involved.
No, he was just checking his balance.
Well, Bravo's getting ejected.
Adios, amigo.
And a beautiful backstabber there from Penta.
And Rio trying to do the same thing, but now he's getting ejected.
But is that part of the plan?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
And there goes Penta after Rail.
Let's not forget, Bravo getting involved allowed the metal object to go in the mask. Vel Grande Americano.
And it played a non-factor in this match.
It did.
Well, it might have played a factor with that kick, though.
Well,
yeah, Bobby, Penta is talented.
Might have played a factor because depending on where that metal object was located on the head, it could have dug itself right into that after he was dropped on it with the Mexican Destroyer.
Yep.
That's true, too.
And now Rio and Bravo are in the ring with Penta, who's fighting them both off.
And Penta just getting out of there, being one step ahead, understanding that zero fear also means having a full set of logical common sense.
And now we get a vignette here from the Kabuki Warriors.
So we hear from Carl Carafel's favorite in Asuka.
Mine as well. I'm actually happy for Carl that he doesn't have to sit here and suffer through this segment like us.
Hey, just because you don't understand foreign languages does not mean this is not a good promo.
And who says we're all suffering? I'm actually enjoying this.
Oh, okay. I suffered through it because, quite frankly, Oscar just puts me to sleep.
Well, so does the second round. But who's talking?
Yeah.
Nobody talks down on Oscar. Insert Japanese word now.
As now we have Byron Saxton interviewing Rusev.
I will be right back, guys.
I think we should also take this promo time because usually with these commercial promos, they don't really say much. I think it's time we take a look at something else we've got going on here. If I can actually click the right buttons, it'd be nice. Let's take a look at our calendar. Tell everybody what we got going on with the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Guys, if you guys want some more information regarding the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, all you got to do is just click, scan that QR code up in the corner. It will take you straight to our shows button, and show you all of our latest programming. While you're at it, though, if you can't do any of the scanning, because I know some of your products, some phones out there can't scan, all you got to do is just head over to turnbucklestudios.org, click that shows button, and you will get the latest in all of our programming.
Yes, and a part of that interview, Rusev saying in order to overcome his greatest defeat, or he has to overcome his greatest defeat before we can get the true version of him. And when his name is drawn for the Last Time Is Now tournament, he is going to show everybody what the plan is. So essentially declaring himself for the tournament, but knowing that it needs to be drawn.
Dominic Mysterio successfully defended the Intercontinental title for the 9th time this past Saturday.
So Dom proving that he is a fighting champion, having defended the belt 9 times since winning it at WrestleMania. And speaking of Dirty Dom, there he is as he makes his way to the ring here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
Still don't understand why he just doesn't wear both championships if he's just gonna do that.
Yes, to quote you, Mr. Parrish, our mega continental champion.
That's right. I mean, if Kurt Angle can be the Eurocontinental champion, Dominic Mysterio is the mega continental champion.
100%.
I mean, Did Kurt Angle ever win a AAA and WWE championship at the same time? No. Now, there have been speculations running rampant that a former world champion and current Hall of Famer is backstage.
Okay.
And that name just so happens to also be Mysterio. And that is Dirty Dominic's alleged father. In
Eddie
his
Guerrero.
words, the deadbeat, Rey Mysterio. Oh, I said alleged. So it'll be very intriguing if we get something between them tonight.
Yes.
Potentially, maybe, to set up for the Mega Championship, or could this be Dirty Dom's way of challenging John Cena at Survivor Series, which has been heavily rumored in the past as well?
Yes. Dom getting the babyface pop here in New Mexico.
That really shouldn't be a shocking event in the state of New Mexico. The good chunk of the population is Latino. Well, here comes Papa Mysterio.
Some people say they can't believe Rey Mysterio looks like he's going to command a bobsled team. You cannot tell me that that does not look like the.
It looks exactly like that. And I'd know because I watched the movie this afternoon.
And look at the mustache that he's supporting too. Like son, like father. You have to wonder if this could be a way to challenge and to make a AAA champion or mega championship matches. Rey Mysterio has said that this has been a dream of his ever since Dom has started to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
And the crowd drowning out Ray by chanting for Dirty Dom.
Is this where you kind of just want Dom just to absolutely, in a passionate way, tell his father what he's done to add legacy to the Mysterio name? Okay. Could we see this whole thing be the foreshadowing of the organic babyface turn for Dirty Dominic Mysterio? And it starts with the rehash between Ray and Dom?
I think it's a possibility. But I get a feeling now that this is going to culminate in a match at War Games.
Potentially it could. I would like to see that. If you're going to do that, though, you got to do title versus mask.
Why?
Well, let me tell you why. And I don't think this needs to be at War Games. I think the single fact that Ray kept emphasizing Luchador and we see the title that Dom is clenching is the AAA Mega Championship, the fact that he said, as long as I'm around, we are talking about the potential end for Rey Mysterio in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2026, we're going to see not only a year without John Cena, we're going to see the final year of AJ Styles, but we could very well see the final in-ring year for Rey Mysterio. And even Rey Mysterio has said on numerous podcasts that not only a match with Dom in Mexico is something that he's wanted, but it's a way for him to go out, and it should have his mask on the line.
Yep.
Because I was going to say, what a better way to pass on the legacy of the Mysterio name in the Mexican tradition and in the luchador tradition than by handing down your mask, which is exactly what Rey's uncle did for him.
Yes, and I think that you don't need to have it at Survivor Series. I don't really want it at a Worlds Collide. If you're going to do that, you got to do Triple Mania.
I 100% agree.
So you'd wait all the way till July to do that?
Yep.
Wow. Because to me, with this feud, it makes sense in all the world because of where War Games is, and it's in both of their hometown in San Diego.
And you're absolutely right. I can completely understand that. But I can't say I don't want it. I don't want to see it at the fourth of the big four pay-per-views at Survivor Series.
But if you want to start promoting Survivor Series like it is a big four, then you start putting those big matches on the shows too. Oh, we've got Becky Lynch right now.
To be continued on this conversation. Oh, that was funny. And this is all Becky Lynch needs to do to make any title match relevant. Just pick up a microphone and talk the building into it.
Man, was she heated though.
Yes, she was. As now we get the music of the Kabuki Warriors. And Becky a little apprehensive.
Well, it's been a hot minute since we've seen Becky Lynch and Asuka and Kairi Sane around each other.
Very, very interesting stare down there from between Asuka and Becky Lynch.
Something that we haven't seen in a while, and that is the entrance during an exit. And because of that, you get that tension within the crosshair and the cross path. And because of that, it makes you wonder, is this something that they're going to come back to? Is this something that people want to see? Because let's not forget who the Kabuki Warriors are up against. And that is one person who can never challenge the Intercontinental Championship again, and the one Becky Lynch took out when she returned to the company.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it's those subtle teases that WWE has been doing for the better part of 2-3 years now, and we've there's a lot of people that still don't read into them, but we get payoffs from those feuds, from those possible feuds. But as I'm staring at a bunch of commercials right now, I think it's time we play our shop commercial.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. carlcarafel.redbubble.com. That is our shop. Any and all merch that you purchase, the money comes back into our studios so that we can deliver you a better experience. And while you're at carlcarafel.redbubble.com, scoot on over to turnbucklestudios.org, the hottest site on the internet. Go to the host section, meet your team, Chris Best, Chris Parrish, myself, Bubba Duke, and Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows. Go to Join, where you can send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, and how we can help you. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen. It is the hottest site on the interwebs. Do it, and do it now.
That turnbucklestudios.org so hot right now. I mean, Becky gave a Breaking Bad reference. Got to give Zoolander a reference.
Right.
I honestly thought it was, you sounded more like Chris Farley and Billy Madison to me.
Well, it's based off that Hansel's so hot right now. All right. You had to pick a new song for War Games. What are you picking?
Oh,
We can come back to that and give you guys some time to think.
I have the song in my head, but I'm trying to remember the actual title of it.
We'll come back to it so you guys can think a little bit more.
I was going to say, I can't remember who did the original, but the song War.
That's where I was going. War by Edwin Starr.
Do you guys remember the song that Triple H and Shawn Michaels had when Shawn Michaels returned for the non-sanctioned match at SummerSlam?
Yeah, Fight.
Yeah. Why can't we just get that?
Or even, and I know they used it for several years for Armageddon, but bring back The End Is Near.
Yeah.
Doesn't NXT use No, they don't use Armageddon, do they?
No?
No.
No, if you wanted to think just how great a singles match would be, we're getting teased with what could be a fantastic singles match. That is Asuka versus Lyra Valkyria. These two would put on a very good technical match.
They would.
Yeah, they would.
Just the kick off that little drop, or that little short drop kick that Lyra had. Woo. Packs a punch.
Yep. And now we're getting Kairi Sane and Bayley.
This is a match I wouldn't mind seeing again.
You and me both.
And still to come, we have the World Tag Team titles. AJ Lee and there, I did it now. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee taking on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
No, they're taking on the Judgment Day.
Yes, we're getting
Jey Uso and CM Punk are taking on the Bronson or the Bronze.
I saw that, and I still saw Dragon Lee and AJ Styles on my thing.
And take two.
All right. And Kyrie with that huge move off the top.
Yeah, the height she gets on her jumps just amazes me.
Yeah,
It was kind of like a phenomenal tomahawk, really, because she sets it up in that same way and then just comes straight down like a tomahawk, done by the great Tatanka. Yeah, that's right, a Tatanka reference.
Yep.
the man, the myth, the legend.
What I'm enjoying is we're getting a very good tag team match in the women's division, and it's two teams that definitely could vie for the tag team championships, and we saw one just do it. Kabuki Warriors are right on the heels. You'd have to think with the win tonight, that guarantees them a title shot against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte.
I wouldn't say it guarantees them. I think they still have more to go to earn it.
Who would they have to beat?
You still have Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez.
What have they done to earn a title shot in the last 8 months?
They've been on a roll, and earlier tonight they knocked off Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella.
Okay, cool. They can go after her title.
Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, you do have this up-and-coming team. Mr. Best and I discussed this earlier during the Stephanie and Nikki versus Judgment Day match.
It was just last week the Kabuki Warriors and Asuka approached the champions.
They did.
And even Charlotte said, let's do it. They were on the radar.
Yes. And there's Kyrie saying high-fiving the fans for whatever reason.
Because she's the baby face out of the two of them. If you notice
also,
a lot... Sorry, go ahead.
We also noticed last week that the Kabuki Warriors did attack Charlotte and Alexa as well as Bayley and Lyra after the match.
And that's all the more reason for the Kabuki Warriors to get their shot, because I'm guaranteeing you Alexa and Charlotte are none too pleased about that, and they'd be willing to put their belts on the line just to take them out.
And I mean, as we discussed earlier as well, I believe that Charlotte and Alexa are going to make their presence felt in this match.
They could very well. I, for one, wouldn't have minded them sitting at ringside, maybe on commentary or watching the match.
I'm with you.
You have to wonder that a win definitely puts the Kabuki Warriors in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to then wonder, what if Lyra and Bayley were to win this match? What that would do with that tag title picture.
Well, that's the other thing I was elaborating on too, is I've been noticing on the Raw side of things, they're really putting a lot of stock in into women's tag team wrestling right now.
Yes. And as we discussed earlier as well, like, we know that Natty is busy on her book tour, but we need to see the Dungeon Dolls get into some action.
And I think you will after Maxine finishes off with the program with Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
And quite honestly, that's something that you can do after the Rumble.
Right.
Like, there's no rush on that one by any means.
Right. Now, we know that Charlotte and Alexa have been primarily focused on SmackDown. They have gone to NXT. And we did suggest, Mr. Best suggested that if you're going to bring up JC Jane and Fallon Henley, bring them up as a team. I suggested Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame, but you could go to the Tatum Paxley and Lyra situation as well because of their history.
Well, and you've been doing that in NXT because Lyra has been going down to NXT for a couple of shots as well. So with Tatum being the champion, I don't think you need to bring her up anytime soon. Just let her kind of do her thing there. Plus, I think that there is something cooking between Izzy Dane and Tatum Paxley in the future. But I don't see a reason why not to bring up the entire group of Fatal Influence. And a lot of people might say, well, this could be quick for Elaine Reed, but I mean, a lot of people said the same thing about Kiana James. So if you're gonna go into that bringing new blood method in, then just put both feet in and dunk. Don't just half-ass it.
Yeah.
But another thing I thought about too is you can take if you really want to build the women's division on all three rosters, you can take Fatal Influence, for instance, and build them as a possible top women's tag team on NXT. Then you've got Sol Ruka and Zarya as well. You can even take some wrestlers from Evolve and combine them into a tag team before you move them over to NXT.
Well, I think right now I think you're going to see a focus on one brand with the women's tag team, while the other brand focuses more on their men's tag team, and then kind of see that flip.
Right.
Because the one thing about Raw, and it's still to this day, despite the fact we're getting a tag title match, it doesn't focus that much on the men's tag team titles.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's why. And another thing I'm glad to see lately is the focus on the men's tag titles. But I do want to see more men's tag teams fighting each other, not necessarily for the tag titles, but for potential shots at the title.
Right.
And a Bayley to belly there on Kairi Sane, not enough for the 3. As Kairi Sane was just able to roll the right shoulder off the mat.
What I like about what I'm seeing from these 4 women is they're fighting with a bit of a desperation, almost like a number 1 contendership would be on the line in this match.
Absolutely.
Well, when you have to look too, it's like all 4 women have something to prove in the sense that if they're not involved in a championship, where are they involved in?
Right.
So it's almost as if the desperation is not wanting to get lost in the shuffle. And with the amount of competitors in the back, the amount of people chomping at the bit,
right,
it's not difficult to get lost in the shuffle. So the only way you don't is by making a case for yourself. And
yeah. Well, and I said this earlier, and I said this on the locker room breakdown. And this is no disrespect to a Stephanie VAQUER or anything like that, but for me, Lyra has really carried the women's division this past year.
I think what Lyra Valkyria has shown is that you have depth outside of your expectation. And that is somebody that came in and can really give you high quality matches, whether it's singles or tag. And another person to say that exact same thing is Roxanne Perez. And because of that, we've seen the women's division on Raw really take a step forward. And because of that, it's, in my eyes, the dominant female brand. And that's why with the resurgence of Lyra and Roxanne, and then you kind of sprinkle in Stephanie VAQUER, who's been nothing short of impressive since she's been up on Raw. Right. I think this allows you the option to move a Rhea Ripley over to SmackDown.
I do too. Bobby coming in saying Lyra was the first ever women's Intercontinental Championship as well. Yes, she was. And I've been on record, and I'm going to say it here again. By the end of 2026, both Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria will hold the women's championship.
And Bayley doing exactly what Asuka did, and that's take out your opponent's partner on the apron.
Oh, right into the chicken or the Asuka lock.
And Lyra taps to give the Kabuki Warriors the win. But a fantastic, fantastic women's match.
I still want to see that singles match between Lyra and Asuka.
Oh, me too.
Like when we talk about putting people in different eras, I would have loved to see what Lyra Valkyria could have done during that original black and gold era in NXT. Because when you look at the crop of women there, that after the 4 horsewomen left, you had Asuka, who was dominant, but you also had the Ember Moons of the world. What a match that would have been.
Yeah.
And there's Alexa and Charlotte making their way to the ring.
As the Kabuki Warriors make their escape.
And I think this just embodies the Kabuki Warriors are next in line for those tag team championships.
Yes, yes, it does.
But since we see 4 baby faces in the ring and 2 on the outside, could this also shape up for a potential traditional Survivor Series tag match?
It absolutely could, though we don't really see that traditional Survivor Series tag match anymore. And I'd love to see it come back.
No, but in this era, yeah, never say never. And getting a recap of JD McDonough's victory over Sheamus with the help of Finn Balor. So official Stephanie VAQUER versus Raquel Rodriguez next week for the Women's World Championship.
So with that women's championship match announced for next week, we know that Roxanne will be in the corner of Raquel. I'm sure Nikki will probably be in Stephanie's corner, but could that be the return of Liv Morgan as well for the Judgment Day?
I don't think so, but we'll have to wait and see.
We do see the Liv Morgan photo on the wall right behind Dom. And it's right in the middle of Dom and Roxanne as they were talking. Now, you said, could we see the return of Liv Morgan? And very much we could. But if we see Liv Morgan, that means it's 3-on-2. Would that then go into your return of Brie Bella?
I suggested the same thing earlier, but, and I know Mr. Best doesn't believe me, but in Brie's own words, as she stated on a podcast, the fact that her husband works elsewhere is what's hampering her from coming back.
I didn't say I didn't believe you. I don't believe Brie Bella in that statement.
Yeah, Brie mode ain't best mode. Duh.
So,
I just pointed out all the faults in her statement there, basically.
oh, I know.
I mean, I don't think Keith Lee would have been or would be non-available.
Best used the exact same
I
example.
said the same thing
Like,
earlier.
it's apples and oranges. I think a lot of people read too much into that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was being said for the obvious clickbait. Because if there's one thing I know the Bellas are good at, is creating a narrative to talk about them.
Right. Now, let's go with this scenario. Let's say Liv does return and Raquel wins the championship. Do Liv and Roxanne then form the team to challenge for the tag titles, or do they focus then one on Becky Lynch, or does that create more of a divide within the Judgment Day, leading to a potential triple threat between the three of them at, say, WrestleMania?
I think I kind of look at more at Stephanie Vickier getting the best of Raquel. I really think that we could see Roxanne almost inadvertently cost Raquel the championship.
Okay.
That is my prediction a week out. So we'll see next week. And this only feels more fire to a return for Liv. Because there's part of me that still thinks Roxanne's future in Judgment Day is only until we see the return of Liv.
Okay.
Yeah, and I get the feeling with like, especially with Dom and Finn and the heat that's between them. I get a feeling it's gonna take Liv coming back to try and settle everything to pull them all together again.
Right. I even suggested that, we need to get to the Dom and Finn match, even with making it a triple threat, and throw JD in there. Because JD deserves that shot just as much as Finn does with the work he puts in.
Yeah, but if we're talking about the leadership qualities of the Judgment Day, I think JD isn't the one that you think of. Whereas you can make a strong case that Finn thinks he is. You can make a strong case that Dom thinks he should be. And then you can make another choice that Liv and Raquel truly believe they run Judgment Day more than the boys think they do, because let's face it, they probably do.
Right.
But no, I was also going to add that I also wouldn't be surprised if Liv comes back to focus on the championship, and then you get Raquel and Roxanne remain as a tag team. I can see that. And maybe we see a potential breakup of the Judgment Day, but it's more so of people going separate ways opposed to an actual breakup.
Right.
And that could be maybe used as certain people moving from show to show, or maybe people getting traded between brands.
Now, do we see AJ Styles and Dragon Lee retaining their tag titles tonight, or do we see Finn and JD win them back?
I'm going to go with the Judgment Day winning back the tag titles.
Okay. Mr. Best?
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say AJ and Dragon Lee retain.
Okay. I'm actually with you. I think that AJ and Dragon are going to be fighting champions. I think they're going to lose the titles a lot sooner than we expect, but I don't think they're going to lose them tonight. Especially given what CM Punk said in his opening promo, saying a guy like AJ Styles has earned the opportunity to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship.
He said the same thing about Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
And he also mentioned who I think could very well be an X factor in this match, and that is Sheamus. And I do think we're going to get not only Sheamus, but Dirty Dom to be involved as well in some way, shape, or form. And that's either going to be the reason why the Judgment Day win back the titles, or why Dragon Lee and AJ Styles retain theirs.
Right.
But if for whatever reason we see Dom show up, then I would expect that Ray would show up as well.
To an
You
extent.
could, because Dragon Lee is part of the LWO that's non-existent anymore.
I think right now, when I talked about maybe that going the separate ways, I think right now that very well could be what the LWO are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And speaking of men's tag teams that I'd like to see more of, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, I kind of want to see more of them.
Yep.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind even seeing them go up against the New Day for a couple of shots.
Mm-hmm.
Really kind of see kind of like the depth of the tag division heat up a little bit.
Right. And the notorious double clothesline in the center of the ring, putting Finn and AJ both down.
And here comes Dom.
Yep.
Now, Dom and AJ also have history too.
Yes, they do.
But also take into account what Dom is holding right now, and that's why I think we see Sheamus also come down because of the business he's had with JD McDonough and Finn Balor. And thus could also create more tension between Dom and Finn Balor. Especially if this is all to end not in the favor of Judgment Day.
And Dom hiding the shillelagh up against that podium there.
Yep.
Now we talked about traditional tag matches at Survivor Series. Very well could see one right here with Sheamus, Ray, AJ, and Dragon Lee go up against Finn, JD, Dom, and El Grande Americano.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
A nice sling blade there from Finn Balor.
Man, these four guys are just putting on a heck of a show right now.
They are. They are. Not that we would expect any less from these four men.
And once again, the fans flashing off the fireflies in the crowd. On the coup de grace backfire in there.
Oh.
Yes, as AJ had slid to take out Dom with the drop kick, forcing the reaction, and then as JD had the hold locked in, AJ able to escape it. Finn hit the coup de grace on JD.
Oh.
Oh.
And there is Sheamus leveling Dom.
I was just waiting on when Dragon Lee was going to get in there.
Oh, I thought that was over with the Shillelagh shot.
I saw Dragon Lee stirring at ringside there before the shot happened.
Does this potentially become your new match with Sheamus and Dom for the Intercontinental Championship?
Oh. That'd be something I can get behind because, again, you can go back to that whole Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental title thing.
Yep.
But until that, he has to finish the business he has with JD and Finn.
Mm-hmm. And that's where I think, because he's already defeated JD, and I know I thought it was going to happen this week, but it could very well happen next week. But Sheamus and Finn, it could be a match in the tournament, who, for all we know.
Yeah.
And there it is, pretty much as we collectively put it together. It was AJ Styles, Dragon Lee winning based off really the interactions with Sheamus and Dom Mysterio getting involved in this match.
Yeah, that Sheamus showing up was definitely the turning point in this matchup.
Why doesn't she ever change? Nikki Bella doubting herself, and Stephanie VAQUER is the one to remind Nikki Bella who she is. As Nikki Bella feels guilty for Stephanie VAQUER having to defend her championship next week, but don't worry. Ella Primera is a fighting champion.
This just leads me to believe that Nikki's going to turn on Stephanie.
I'm seeing it a little bit more now, yeah.
As long as Stephanie VAQUER gives us the line that when it comes to the Women's World Championship, Nikki Bella, you can look, but you'll never touch.
Right?
Yeah.
So we get a little bit of an additional to that WrestleMania Vegas segment, or that vignette.
And now we have Paul Heyman in the locker room talking to Jey Uso.
I'm surprised nobody just knocks him out.
All right.
It's like that is back. Looks like a sales pitch was happening.
It sounded like it to me.
Heyman was hustling his way into Jey Uso's heart.
Whoa.
Yes.
More mind. I'll give you the mind. Now Byron Saxton is interviewing your women's tag team champions.
And the announcement of the women's tag title match for next week, Charlotte and Alexa against the Kabuki Warriors.
Did somebody say that earlier or what?
You did. I still don't agree with that. I think the Kabuki Warriors need to do a little bit more. And quite frankly, I'm just bored of Asuka.
Bored of you?
Okay.
All right, boys, it's main event time.
It is, but I thought they said that they were like, we've seen Adam Pearce drawing from the Rumble tumbler, so I thought we were going to maybe get an announcement of the 16 men who are going to be involved in the Last Time Is Now match.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to get the official list or matches, and you know what? I'm okay with that. Let the social media cook with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I think we're gonna see Ava doing it tomorrow on NXT. We're probably gonna see Nick Aldis doing it over on SmackDown. Or
Yeah,
sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see Ava do it on NXT, because we were told that the matches won't be on NXT. Just NXT participants could be involved.
Mhm.
So I think it would only make sense that both Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis are the ones doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, are we seeing
Oh.
6 competitors? Or sorry, I was going to say 6 competitors from each brand, but never mind.
Last time is now tournament, not last match is now. And the first match is Damian Priest versus Rusev. And then we will see also Shinsuke Nakamura going up against Sheamus. Called it.
Wow. I cannot wait for next week. Those 2 matches are going to be brutal.
And already I think we're going to see Sheamus and Rusev move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Shinsuke's got the situation with the MFTs right now. And Damian's got his feud with Aleister Black.
Yes.
Now, yeah, but I think Damian and Aleister are 1 match away from it being over.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going all the way into another month. So, like, we could finish with that story in November.
Yeah. Whereas the stuff with Shinsuke and the MFT is still kind of fresh.
Yeah, and we really don't know what, if like, just how involved it is yet. And I think there's just more questions than anything. But I'm just going based on the fact that we could see that historic rematch from one of the most historic entrances in Rusev and the Tank at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We could play that one back. And then also, you alluded to Sheamus not winning the Intercontinental Championship. Well, neither has John Cena. And if John Cena and Dominic Mysterio is something that we see, well, could John Cena win the championship before then? And that final match could be for the Intercontinental Championship.
Did I not make that suggestion on Saturday?
Nobody listens to you on Saturday.
I made that exact suggestion. John Cena wins the Intercontinental Championship, drops it in his last match to Sheamus.
I know. I'm saying this to get a rise out of you because I personally hate the idea. Because I hate the Intercontinental title being used as just a little toy that's going to get handed out like candy on Halloween.
Right.
And just because, in my eyes, just because you haven't had the title doesn't mean you just jump the line to get it. You need a story for me to care. We're in this land of stories now. Give me more than just a I've never won it. Guess what? I've never had a real growth spurt. Doesn't mean I just get one. Damn you, green beans.
All right. Well, before we get to this main event, it is time for that patented OMD locker room visit.
Well, then why don't we just do the trifecta of all our amazing videos there?
Let's do it.
Starting with the shop.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And those links for everyone are carlcarafel.redbubble.com if you want to get any of your product needs, whether it's t-shirts, whether it's hats, whether it's phone cases, whatever the case may be. carlcarafel.redbubble will have it, and you can represent Turnbuckle Studios by slapping any one of the logos there. But if you're checking out Turnbuckle Studios, make sure you check out turnbucklestudios.org, the official homepage of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. If you want to click join right after that, you can get a chance to check out all of the questions that we ask you to see if you are primed and ready to go and join our amazing team. You can also do a lot of great things, whereas get to know us a little bit. You could go check out all of our latest and weekly episodic shows. Why? Because we want you to tap in. So go to turnbucklestudios.org because it's what's happening.
Well said.
I thank you.
Now, as CM Punk makes his entrance, we saw CM Punk open the show, thanking Jey Uso for the fight, thanking the fans, thanking his wife, to be interrupted by Logan Paul, who went to get out of the ring and then got blocked by the Brons. Do we see Logan Paul play a factor in this match?
Yes. And the reason why I say yes, and thank you, Bobby. We appreciate you being a part of it. Just on a personal note, you have been one of the most loyal fans of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. So even if you're not on screen, we feel like you're part of our family. But to answer your question, yeah, because I think right now, Paul Heyman is getting in the head of Jey Uso to try to turn people on him or against him. And that's going to confuse Jey because he has a history of playing the mind games that other people put out for him. Mm-hmm. Whereas Paul Heyman's always a step ahead. And I think Logan Paul could very well be a perfect pawn for Paul Heyman in their vision moving forward.
But at the same time, what OMD forgot to mention was that Logan Paul actually helped CM Punk earlier tonight when they were both being assaulted by the Brons.
Was that just a mind game, though?
Yeah, I was going to say, as Paris just alluded to, was that them letting you see what they wanted us to see?
It's hard to say at this point. Because I get the feeling that if Logan Paul were to join the Vision, I don't think he would take a back seat to Bronson and Braun.
I don't think Braun Breaker will give him much of a choice.
Right? Look at what Braun Breaker did to his buddy Ice Show Speed.
Well, the Vision at least knows what color combination deserves to be on top. That's for sure. I love that CM Punk is bringing back his CM Punk Nexus logo in a way, like the
right. I
with the
noticed
lightning
that
bolt.
Saturday.
And we know that there's a certain announcer who is cleared.
Yes.
Just saying, could we see a potential Nexus reunion in any way, anytime?
I would be all for it.
We see Curtis Axel come back as Michael McGillicuddy. Heath Slater comes back. David Otunga shows up. Michael Charver comes back.
If Heath Slater comes back, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Justin Gabriel.
I would welcome Justin Gabriel back, actually.
The Darewolf.
I actually got to see Justin Gabriel wrestle live. He wrestled Wade Barrett, of all people. This was just before the Nexus angle at that house show I went to in Barrie, and they put on a heck of a match, those two.
Bronson Reed now is in the middle of some knuckle sandwiches, courtesy of Jey Uso and Punk, as he now is trying to get the better of Jey Uso.
I don't know why, but for some reason I was expecting everybody to get back up, and we see Punk do a dive to the outside, but
yeah, I was too. I was also half expecting the Bronze to catch Jay.
what was that all about?
I believe CM Punk went out there and bring Braun Breaker back in the ring, but Braun Breaker beat him to it. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
The Russian leg sweep with the float over, but Punk barely gets a 1 count.
It's a little too early to attempt a pin on Braun Breaker.
It is.
And Braun just being very aggressive with the mounted punches as he's taking no for an answer from that official. So Braun just wants to make sure he doesn't take that too far.
Right.
Because he might not get a blizzard, but he might get a DQ. With the added chemistry that Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are having, I think I do want to see the evolution of them more of a tag team than single stars.
Right.
And because of that, I have to wonder if you are going to bring somebody in to go after that championship and it's not going to be a factor. So maybe you can bring in a Logan Paul and he doesn't have to take a backseat to Braun Breaker because there's no need to.
Right. Could we also see them go off and become that new 2-man power trip with all the gold?
I don't know if all the gold would be a thing. But
yeah, because if I'm being honest here personally, I didn't care for when Triple H and Stone Cold did it.
See, I quite enjoyed it. I like that better than having like when Seth Rollins had the US and the world title at the same time.
yeah, I think right now it's just everything has changed so much in the sense of just how many talent are there, how many different divisions really are there. Like you can make a claim that there's a division for the world heavyweight title. You can make a claim there's a division for the intercontinental title, and that it's just
right.
Not there's no reason that you have to combine the two, but then again, Paul Heyman, he can't really rule it out either.
Right. I have to admit, for somebody like a Bronson Reed, and I wanted this back when we had the Canes, the Takers, the Mark Henrys, the big shows all in active competition, was a super heavyweight championship.
Yeah. But right now, that division would be very thin.
Yes,
despite the fact that everybody in there are everything but that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be Otis and maybe Obafemi.
Yeah.
And sometimes Omos.
Right?
Maybe Jasper Troy could be a part of that too. Yeah, I don't know. But I know we're reaching.
We are.
Yeah. Just as Punk was reaching for the tag there.
Well, as the show is. Make that tag.
Exactly.
There's that enziguri from Jay. Jay really building the momentum for his team here.
Spirit of Bronson Reed by Jey Uso.
I am going to say this, a man conspicuous by his absence tonight to this point was the man who said he's got next on Punk or Uso, whoever came out, and that is LA Knight.
Well, could that mean that there is something larger on the horizon? Because remember when Braun Breaker made that shocking turn?
Yep.
We hadn't seen him all night either.
Okay.
Up until the last second.
No, double count out.
Wow.
But these four don't care. They're gonna fight it. They're gonna fight each other
They are.
regardless.
Yeah, this just indicates something bigger is on the horizon here.
Mm-hmm. And both Punk and Jay have centered out Bronson Reed here.
Yes, they have. As they are clearing the announce table.
I loved how Punk accidentally whacked Bronson in the thigh with that tabletop.
Jeez.
The wall of that announce booth did not want to stay up.
No.
And conspicuous by his absence, there's no Jimmy Uso either.
Right?
I firmly believe he's back on SmackDown and he's going to stay there for now. Unless he does show up here. I mean, who knows? I mean, he was definitely still not happy about the Battle Royal elimination from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right?
And he was on Raw last week.
And the fact that they are laying Jey Uso out. Punk once again with that equalizer in there coming to make the save.
And not that they need it, but both Brons have chairs now. Oh, he's got the brass knucks. Logan Paul is at ringside or in the ring now.
In the ring with the brass knucks.
Yeah. Paul Heyman directing traffic here a bit. Oh, yeah, he's going to hug Paul Heyman. Or maybe not.
Giving Paul Heyman the brass knucks. Wow. Wow.
So, without a firm answer, but all of the indications are pointing that Logan Paul is in the pocket of Paul Heyman, and we could very well be nearing what we could see as a major development with Logan Paul part of the vision.
Yes, this is a drastic shift in the entire landscape of Raw.
And you have to wonder if that's even the final piece.
Right?
Because when we think of all the people that could help CM Punk, Jey Uso, you think of Jimmy Uso, you think of Roman Reigns, you think that, okay, there's 4 there. Who would be the 4th on Heyman's side? Could we see the Ring General be back? Or could it be someone else?
I'm thinking a certain Saskatchewan in Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Perhaps.
I was actually going to go with Parrish's pick and go LA Knight, which I've been saying all along. I think it's something that LA Knight needs.
I mean, with the whole idea of it being the vision going towards the future, could this very well be how Obafemi gets brought up to the main roster?
Very much.
I mean,
so.
I've always felt that Oba could use a mouthpiece. I mean, don't get me wrong; he's not bad on the promo, but I think
no
Paul
better
Heyman
mouthpiece
would
to have.
Exactly.
And he would be a great muscle for Logan Paul. He would be a great addition beside Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Who is going to be like? Who can stop those?
Right.
That team. So, I mean, yeah, it's very intriguing to see where this is going to shape up because we think of War Games coming in. There has to be 5 to a side. So, if this is that, you'd have to be curious. Okay, how are we aligning, shaping? How are we getting there?
Well, I'm going to say this. If that's where you're going to go for War Games is the vision versus Jimmy and Punk or Jay and Punk, then you have to factor in the Jay, the Roman. And that's where you could do the LA Knight turn is at War Games. Or who do you bring in as that 5th man? And I think that that's where Jimmy, Jay and Roman say, we know a guy, and you go and you get Sami Zayn. And you get the bloodline and CM Punk just like you had last year.
Well, I mean, who's to even say that Brock Lesnar would be on the side of the heels.
Right?
He does have a mutual respect with Roman Reigns and CM Punk.
Yep.
And if Paul Heyman is keeping his word that this is going to be the Vision, well, it might surpass the experienced Brock Lesnar. But then again, we have seen Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman be in cahoots, but could that just have been that John Cena match?
Right. Because this is the vision for the future of WWE and of wrestling.
And that's the other thing, is we don't know John Cena's involvement at Survivor Series 2. So he could very well be one of those men joining Punk, joining Jay and Roman and in War Games as well.
Right.
And that could be a way you tie into what a lot of people are saying could be the final match for John Cena, and that could be a Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things to look at moving forward, but a lot of things that we have to move on to, and that is the wrap up. So, Chris Bass, we always start with OM Dynamic. See, I got your name this time. So let's start with you. What were your takeaways of Monday Night Raw tonight, and where can the people find you?
Well, my takeaway was definitely the Logan Paul thing, because they did get me a little bit there. Because to me, it still doesn't make sense. Like, why would you get beat up and then join the team? But that's neither here nor there. I actually really enjoyed what they did with Logan Paul towards the end there. I love that look on his face after he knocked out Punk. Instead of that cocky look, we got this serious, I want your championship and I'm going to try and take your championship look from Logan Paul. And I got to say, Logan Paul was my takeaway for tonight. But if you want to find my link tree, it's lanktr.ee/Chris_best83.
Awesome stuff. Now, usually this is where I go to the man below me, but to have a good smooth transition, we're going to let OM Dynamic close everything out. So I'm going to take the number 2 spot. Poop. What I loved is just the increase of women in the tag team format. The fact that we now have a strong tag team division looming on Raw for the tag titles, and then now we have that tag team championship next week. We also have Stephanie McGuire defending her championship. This is very women championship heavy already next week. So the fact that we're getting strong on the representation side of it, we're getting a women's world title, women's tag title. I have a feeling next week's Raw is really going to be dictated and built around the women, and I think that is very good to showcase just how strong that division is. And you can check me out on my link tree at Chris Parrish, where this week on Sunday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time, I bring to you the next episode of the Chris Parrish podcast called Breakdown, because I am going to break down in my thoughts how the Last Time Is Now tournament should go, among other things. And OMD, the floor is yours. Let us know what you thought of Raw, where people could find you, and let's take it home.
All right. Well, for the cliffhanger that they started us on and ended us on with Logan Paul was absolutely fantastic. My big takeaway happened during the World Tag Team Championship match with Sheamus and Dom's involvement. And we know that Sheamus has the story of not capturing the Intercontinental Championship. And is this how we build to that match? Do we get those cracks in the foundation exasperated even further within the Judgment Day? But ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for me on the socials, you can go to my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show. And ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up here, please remember the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.